Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crossing the Line. Breaking news over the last couple of days. It's been a hairy last couple of days. Trump arrives in Georgia to surrender in Fulton County. We have had an amazing last couple of days in this story. Donald Trump has handed himself into the Georgian police. He has been photographed, fingerprinted, and his mugshot has been merchandised to no end. He has also returned back to Twitter with a tweet. This is his first tweet in several years since the January 9th, 2021. Mugshot, August 24th, 2023. Election interference, never surrender, DonaldJTrump.com. This is amazing. Donald Trump is back on Twitter. Hopefully he tweets again or X's again. I don't know what to call it anymore. But it's amazing. Look, 243.3 million views, apparently. We'll see how that goes. But it's insane. It's the Biden government has decided that they're throwing everything out the window and we're just going to arrest and accuse our running mate, our person who's running against us, and we're just going to throw everything we have at them. And they don't care what they look like. They don't care with people calling them out for being fascist, being a totalitarian, being communistic in some standards. Just arrest your political rivals, why don't you? Because, you know, if that was happening in Iran or somewhere like that, I'm pretty sure it'd be flying drones over them, dropping bombs and JDAMs on people. But, you know, it's America, so the Biden government gets away with it. Trump arrives in Georgia to surrender in Fulton County. Fulton County DA has accused the Republican and his associates of being a criminal enterprise intent on subverting the election results in 2020 election. Former President Donald Trump arrived in Georgia around 7 p.m. to surrender himself to law enforcement at Fulton County Jail. Trump, who was booked shortly after his arrival, had been accused of illegally trying to subvert Georgia's 2020 election results. Trump and the other defendants in the case were ordered to surrender by noon, August 25th. And see him there. Supporters and critics of Trump gathered outside the jail in preparation for Trump's arrival. Some anti-Trump demonstrators who wore rat costumes while others dressed like prisoners. According to a journalist, political commentator Laura Loomer, Fulton County Sheriff's Office placed barricades at the site of the planned pro-Trump rally, seeming to prevent supporters from gathering at the jail. Fulton County Sheriff's Office are violating the First Amendment right of Trump supporters and the media who showed up the Fulton County Jail today ahead of the President Trump's arrest. She wrote on a post on X, "The barricades were not used yesterday. This is an effort by Fani Willis to suppress free speech and to stop the rally from taking place outside the Fulton County Jail. The actions seen in this video are yet another attack on our civil liberties in the U.S. Constitution," Loomer said. Trump and 18 other defendants were indicted in Fulton County on August 14th, an investigation that lasted 2.5 years. 2 weeks earlier, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis said the work is accomplished, alluding to an impending legal action. Willis' office contends Trump's and his associates comprise of criminal enterprise who work to keep the Republican in office after the 2020 election. So basically, if you go and say that you think there may have been some fraud in an election, then you are guilty of a criminal acts apparently now. So does that mean they're going to be arresting Hillary Clinton? Does that mean they're going to be arresting AOC? Does that mean they're going to be arresting any of them? Joe Biden even for saying that the election was rigged and or faulty in some way. The charges against the 2024 Republican presidential frontrunner include allegations he violated the Georgia Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organization Act, RICO, as conspired to impersonate a public officer, conspired to commit forgery in the first degree, and conspired to commit false statements and writings. A document listing the charges was briefly uploaded to Fulton County's website before being removed. Trump had been indicted on 3 other occasions in 2023. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan announced on August 24th that he will lead an inquiry into Willis to determine if she coordinated with federal officials. They need to actually do something. The Republicans are just sitting there on their hands doing absolutely nothing while Donald Trump is paraded through these prisons and paraded through these indictments and paraded in front of media saying that he's guilty of all these accounts. All these counts when there is absolutely bullshit evidence to go along with it. Your indictment and prosecution implicates substantial federal interest, and the circumstances surrounding your actions raise serious concerns about whether they are politically motivated, wrote Jordan in a letter to Willis. Turning to the first question of the motivation is noteworthy. Just 4 days after this indictment, you launched a new campaign fundraising website that highlighted your investigation into President Trump. Additionally, the foreman on the special grand jury you convened to investigate President Trump earlier this year, you bragged during an unusual media tour about her excitement at the prospect of subpoenaing President Trump and getting to swear him in. It's a witch hunt. It's a massive witch hunt. Apparently, that's one of the charges, because Trump said that there was a witch hunt against him, so that's why they're charging him. What can you do when the entire leftist media and leftist political arm and the nut jobs on Twitter and things like that are attacking you? Not much. When the Republicans won't do anything about it, when Trump is just at the beck and call of all these DAs doing exactly what they want him to do, there's not much you can really do. What Trump should have done is went to his home in Florida, and then just sat there and said, okay, I'll hand myself in, but you guys have to come and get me. That would have caused a massive shit show for Ron DeSantis, whether he'd let federal people go in there and take Trump out of his state. And it would have made it look, I don't know, it couldn't have been any worse for him. But honestly, like, someone's got to stop and put their foot down and say enough is enough, and we're not playing by your rules anymore, or we're not doing everything you ask us to do immediately without any sort of repercussions. Willis has scheduled Trump's trial to begin on October 23rd, following Keith Chesebro's request for a speedy trial. Chesebro, Ray Stallings, a myth, and Michael Romans were indicted and allegedly assisting with fake electors. Several of Trump's co-defendants surrendered to authorities, and their mugshots were heavily circulated online. David Schaefer, the former chairman of Georgia's Republican Party, said that his mugshot, his profile photo on ex-attorney Jenna Willis, followed suit. They are not doing anything to stop any of this. Donald Trump is being indicted. He's being arrested. He's being dragged around all these court systems and through the media, and no one is throwing up any sort of fight, and no one's fighting back. It's just they're just letting it happen. You can see his mugshot there. Another amazing thing that happened the other day, former President Donald Trump returns to Twitter. Never surrender, he wrote. Within hours of former President Donald Trump being booked in Fulton County, Georgia, his fourth indictment stored GOP frontrunner posted on social media site X, formerly known as Twitter, for the first time January 8th, 2021, which was 2 days after the riot at the US Capitol. His first poll in over 2 years featured a photo of the mugshot taken minutes earlier at Fulton County Jail. As part of his prosecution, supporters widely perceived the political prosecution over his attempts to uncover details about the suspected fraud in the 2020 election. The photo was beset with the words, mugshot, August 24th, 2023, election interference, never surrender, DonaldJTrump.com. Given the former president now has his own social media site, Truth Social, his re-emergence on a rival platform that banned him more than 2.5 years ago could be a sign that Trump is ready to take the gloves off and launch a more searing attack against his opponents as he wades through the legal morass of multiple indictments while campaigning to win another term, leading the nation from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The link connects to a Trump campaign page with a personal message from the former president. Today is a notoriously violent jail in Fulton County, Georgia. I was arrested despite having committed no crime. The American people know what's going on, that what has taken place is a travesty of justice and election interference. The left wants to intimidate you out of voting for a political outsider who put the American people first. But today I walked into the lion's den with one simple message on behalf of our entire movement. I will never surrender our mission to save America. If you are doing poorly due to the sinister people in control of our country right now, don't even think about donating. But if you can, please make a contribution to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House and save America during the dark chapter in our nation's history. Reaction to the post was swift, racking out more than 340,000 likes, 149,000 reposts, and 82,000 comments within the first hour alone, mostly from the former president's most ardent supporters who refused to abandon him despite the numerous attempts to put him behind bars. Trump was arraigned following a 2-year investigation by the Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, whose investigation was sparked by a phone call Trump and his team had with Georgia officials in an attempt to shed light on allegations that illegal votes were counted during the 2020 election. The arraignment came less than 24 hours after Trump's primary challengers traded barbs with the Republican Party's first primary election debate, even an event Trump chose not to attend, given his significant lead over all of his rivals. Most polls show Trump with at least 30-point advantage over second-place challenger, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. I don't know if Ron DeSantis is still second in place. I think it might be Vivek Ramaswamy. What do you guys think anyway? Is this deserved? Do you think Trump is going to be found guilty? What do you think they're going to do? If they actually keep him in the courts over the next 12 months whilst he's running for president, he is going to have a real hard time getting out there and doing events and doing speaks and getting the votes and getting people rolled up to vote for him. He's going to have a hell of a time trying to do that when he's going to be in and out of the court system constantly. This is obviously politically motivated from the Joe Biden government. Whether there is grounds for them to charge him with these things or not, I think this is obviously politically motivated. I don't think there's grounds to charge him with pretty much anything, especially in the Georgia one. I think asking the question if, where are the votes, what kind of votes have you got, fucking make sure you go and check that they're correct. Do everything legally, I'm pretty sure. I don't see how that's illegal, but I know American law is very different. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Donald Trump will become the next president? Do you think he will be put in prison? Would you still vote for him if he was in prison? Because I believe you can. I believe they can. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in another episode. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.